Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Today I'm taking part in the Project Share blog hop with my good friends Jill, Jez and Verity. Our theme for this month is a Tic Tac Toe board. So once you've had a look at this video and seen my card and how to make it, please do click on the description bar below so that you can visit my blog, see all the options that were available in the Tic Tac Toe board, and more importantly, hop along and see what Jill, Jez and Verity have all created using the same board. The row that I decided to use has embossing. So I've got heat embossing there, has designer series paper, I've got that there, and has foil or glimmer. So I think we can pretty much tick that box too. There's plenty of foil in this absolutely gorgeous designer series paper. So this paper comes from the Simply Elegant paper, and there's whole load of different designs in there, lots of foil elements in gold, silver and copper, and I'm changing it up for the card I'm going to show you how to make today to use this one, which has all three foils in it. Isn't it gorgeous? So it's a bit of a fancy fold. It opens like so. Plenty of room to write your message in there, or if you wanted to keep that blank, you could actually put another piece of designer series paper and you could write on the back instead. But that's how it looks when it's open. So it sits really quite nice and neatly as well. So this huge big stamp here is from the Happiest of Birthdays. Absolutely love this, and it always looks fabulous when you heat emboss it. So that's the bit I'm going to do first. All of the measurements and the products that I'm using will also be in my blog post, and I will try and give you as many of the measurements during this video as I can, but please do click on and read my blog post to make sure you get all of the right ones. I have put a couple of sticky notes on some pieces to remind me as well, so hopefully I'll get them right this time. Don't always. So I just want to pop that on that piece there. There we have it. I will need to trim this down, but I didn't want to make it too perfectly to size. Oh, I've got silver there. Didn't mean to have silver. Where's my gold? I should have found everything except the gold. Right, okay. So I've got my gold embossing powder even. Generous coating on there. Little tap to take off. That does not look like I used the embossing buddy. You know what? I'm not happy about that. I've got another piece here. I'm going to try that again. I don't think I'd got enough of the Versamark ink on there either. Put that out the way so I don't get powder everywhere. And I will heat set it. It might be good enough for a tag or something like that. So bring my stamp back in this time. Make sure I've got it well and truly inked up. Normally I would take a stamp to the ink pad, but because this is so big, I need to take the ink pad to the stamp. That should be plenty. that on there. And try again with my embossing powder. That is much better. I'll just show you the difference. So that bit there was kind of patchy, nice and covered on that one. Do have a little bit stray around about there. A dry paintbrush will take off some of those bits of the excess powder. Okay, I'm going to heat set that once I've tidied up all of this powder. There we are. I'm going to leave that for a second so that it dries. We're good. We're good. Bring in my trimmer. Now, this I want to trim down just trying to do it by eye. At that side, might be a little bit tight. Yeah, kind of going a little bit. I'm going to have a larger margin on this one then. Okay, so it's not square because I trimmed it too tight. I will rethink that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to redo the bit. So we're going to have a rectangle on that one instead of a square on that one. I can use that one for another card. So I'll redo that in a moment, but I will show you the rest of the card in just a minute. So we've got 4 pieces of that gorgeous designer series paper. These are 4 1/4 inches by 2 inches and 4 1/4 inches by 1 1/4 inches, but you could get away with 1 inch. I just wanted to have a little bit wiggle room. This piece is 4 1/4 inches by 5 1/2 inches, and that will form the back of the card. So this is our long piece at 4 1/4 by 11, and this one needs to be scored. So I'm going to use my paper trimmer, but just using the scoring blade, and I need to score that at 2 inches, 3 3/4 inches, 7 1/4, and 9 inches. Okay, so that's all the scoring. Bring my bone folder. So these bits, the second score lines, will score just the normal way, and then these ones will fold back. So the first one folds back the way. And then we've got that one folding in. And I'm just trying to line that up so that we don't get too much of a gap. Because we've got different layers, it will try and give you a bit of a gap there. Yeah, a little bit of a gap in between, but not too bad. So I'm going to glue those onto there first of all. Okay, so you may have noticed that I did adhere one piece and then took it off and put it back on again, and it's because when I made this one I didn't worry about the pattern continuing, and on this one I thought it would look better if I did, and then I forgot. So, and also because I've got a little bit extra overhang there, I've tried to make sure that I've got it flush at those ends. That little bit overhang there covers up that gap that we had before. Okay, now I am going to my pencil. Such a mess, honestly. And on here I'm going to mark it at 1 inch. There. In fact, no. I want to put these on first and then mark that at 1 inch. Oh, this is what you get when you make a card and don't film the tutorial for it straight away. You forget what you were doing. And it all comes a bit of a disaster. I keep saying I should film things, but I quite like batch making things and then batch filming. It just seems a little bit more efficient until, as I say, I've forgotten what on earth I was doing. So mark that at 1 inch, a couple of spots. Like that. It just means that I can line up this edge with those pencil marks there. And that means that I've got that piece kind of central in there. So I'm adding glue to the whole of that section, but just that section. Okay. Fold that over so I can see better. Just to those pencil marks and give it a little bit of a shimmy to make sure that it is all lined up as neatly as we can. Now I've got a tiny little bit of an overhang on there. That paper obviously didn't cut that very well. Just trimming that off. That's better, much better. Okay, so it's just that centre panel that I have floofed up, and I either need to readjust that bit or I do this again. What do you think? I can't trim it any further down that way. I'm going to try this again. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, so third time's the charm, isn't it? So that one I cut too narrow. That one wasn't very well stamped, but to be honest, when I heat emboss it, it's quite nice actually, being a little bit more rustic. But I've got this one and we're going to put it on the card. Okay, so I just want to add glue to this half, or just slightly less than half. Fold that in nice and neatly and center that in that panel there. Oh, straighten it again. There we go. happy with that. Give it a good press. And the final pièce de résistance is a bow, and I should have tied this off camera because the way this video is going, this could take longer than the rest of the card put together. Just to get a nice neat little bow. Yep, quite possibly. One of those days, eh? One of those days. That's not too bad. Don't like that twist, but hey. Maybe I should have just used my bow maker. Hindsight's 2020. Okay. You get the idea of a not too bad bow. Chop that and add that with some glue dots. Greatest thing for adding ribbon. Especially if you want to control the way your tail's going. Get your glue dot on that tail as well. Pop that on and then trim it down again, like so. Got there in the end. I do hope that you like these cards. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer, A or B, whichever. As I said earlier, please do click on the description bar to pop over to my blog post and then hop along to see Jez of Nigeza Creates, Jill of Paper Daisy Crafting, and Verity of Inky Butterfly. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.